everyone, how's it going? It's That Nerd Ryan here, and we're going to kind of talk about something sad. The falling apart of the MCU. So a couple weeks ago we did why the Infinity Saga worked perfectly for a cinematic universe, and now we're going to talk about why the Multiverse Saga is killing the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So basically, just if you haven't watched the MCU video yet, go and watch it, because basically everything that I said in that is what the Multiverse Saga is not doing. So we've already had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 movies and a handful of shows, or actually a ton of shows, for the new MCU, and people are already losing interest. Now, I don't think it's superhero fatigue. I know people are excited for Deadpool 3, and I know that certain movies in this are phenomenal, and there's stuff like the Batman that came out during this that people loved, and like other superhero movies and superhero shows that people just absolutely loved. So you cannot blame superhero fatigue on why the MCU is failing. And also, this is coming from an MCU fanboy who will go and see Dirt the movie if there's a Marvel logo attached to it, or Piss the show. But yeah, so what's going on? Basically, it has very little direction. So understanding that this is now the multiverse, everything's kind of going into that could mean that there's a lot of different openings. But with that, it also kind of tears the effect of a single focus. So what was nice about the Infinity Saga was there was a endgame, literally endgame, and steps to reach that endgame. Right now, there is no sign of an endgame in sight, and everything is just kind of going on their own path. We do have stuff like No Way Home, Multiverse of Madness, and Loki that all kind of intertwine of this multiverse theme, along with Quantumania to an extension. We'll get to that in a minute. But yeah, there's all these different branching stories that haven't really connected. So, for example, we started out with Black Widow. Black Widow takes place during the Infinity Saga and is a send away to a beloved character. We're not even getting into the shows yet. We'll do that in a second. Then we have Shang-Chi, which introduces the concept of the 10 rings and introduces us to a new character, also tying away something from Infinity Saga being the real Mandarin. And then we did nothing with that. Then we had the Eternals, introducing a huge new group of superheroes and a different a different type of cosmic level, and also terraforming the Earth, not acknowledging it and not doing anything with it. Next, we had Spider-Man No Way Home, which was a wrap-up to basically Spider-Man's story with the MCU, introducing the concept of the multiverse, showing everything on how it works, how any Marvel movie can now be connected to Marvel, and so on and so forth. And then we were able to finally build off of that with Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, which shows how more of how the multiverse works, and introduces concepts of people like America Chavez and how different universes operate. Like instead of the new MCU or the MCU's Avengers, there's the Illuminati. And then after that, we've kind of put a halt on the multiverse for now. Then with that, we had Thor Love and Thunder, which was a unnecessary fourth movie to Thor that introduced the concept of eternity, and that's pretty much it. Then we had Wakanda Forever, which was a nice send-off to Chadwick Boseman, and kind of showing just the state of Wakanda, but not fully connecting it to anything else, except for introducing Namor, which again, nothing afterwards. We then had Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, which introduced the next big baddie, Kang, until he wasn't. And also introduced the Quantumverse and the idea of many different Kangs through the multiverse, which we probably won't do now. Which we'll get to that part in a second, which I can't fully blame the MCU for that, but we'll get to it. And then after that, we had Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, a great send-off to all the characters, and showing all of them retire. Again, not really connecting it to anything else, just like Wakanda Forever. Then we have The Marvels, showing basically 3 different characters' next steps, throwing one into a different multiverse, and kind of just showing that, and showing how powerful Miss Marvel is and her trying to put a team together, which also is in the middle of Phase 5, which is kind of weird. Then we have Deadpool 3, which isn't even out yet, so I'm not even going to kind of critique it of putting it, showing how it connects with everything. But then we got all the shows that have their own little one-offs. Sometimes they spin into other stuff, but really disjointed and not connected. So being a new fan to the MCU, or even being an old fan, it's really hard to connect it and try to enjoy it. Another thing is, we lost our major villain to the MCU's multiverse saga, being Kang, due to outside factors of the actor's alleged, I actually don't even think it's alleged anymore, actions to other people and stuff like that. He got fired from Marvel. So when you have a character like Kang who has many variants, maybe you could recast him, but no, they're kind of pushing it under the rug and not doing anything like that. But yeah, so the MCU's current saga is very disjointed and needs to get collected and put back together. That is the biggest issue. The only things that are kind of holding it for that multiverse title are 1 show and 3 movies. Really 2.5 movies if you think about it. But yeah, so that's the issue. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell, and follow me on all my social media down below.